Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Steven here with Team Euphoric, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use the monkey feet to train your hip flexors. This exercise is specifically going to target the deep lateral fibers of the hip flexor muscles in middle range, so muscles such as the psoas major. And for it, we're going to be in a seated position, and we want to take an incline bench and set it at 45 degrees. Then from this position, you're going to lay down in a supine position, and then with the working leg, you want to go ahead and cross the midline. Then with a flexed knee, with a flexed hip and knee, what you want to do is go into hip flexion by driving the knee up toward the sky. And that is the actual execution of the exercise itself. Now we're going to go into a couple of common mistakes. Mistake number one is not crossing the midline and keeping the foot in the midline. If we keep it in the midline, we're going to be targeting more of the middle fibers. And if we go too far out to the side, we're going to be targeting more of the medial fibers. If we want to target more of the lateral fibers, we need to cross the midline to create more myofascial tension on the lateral fibers of the hip flexor muscles. Then, mistake number two is keeping the leg straight. If we keep the knee straight, we're going to be targeting more the superficial fibers, so muscles such as the rectus femoris, as opposed to the psoas major. Then, mistake number three is picking a weight that is too heavy that you have to use your whole body to kind of use momentum and jerk the weight. You want to pick a weight that's appropriate enough that when you are performing the exercise, you are able to isolate the hip as best as possible. And then the final mistake is either sitting up too high or being too flat. If we are at 90 degrees, what's going to happen is we're going to be targeting the muscle more in internal range. And if we are perfectly flat, we're going to be targeting the muscle more in external range. If we want to target the muscle more in middle range, we need to be at 45 degrees. That way, in that middle range position, that is where gravity is going to be working the hardest. So 45 degrees, flex knee, cross the midline, flex the hip toward the sky. And that is the strengthening exercise for the deep lateral fibers of the hip flexor muscles. So muscles such as the psoas major.